In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the host of this program, known here on social media as the mighty Angel Snubbing Up 7. I am your soul brother number one and your friend, Taalik Ibn'rad. Okay. What brings me to this particular topic is that on Facebook, I had a so-called Facebook friend. Why do these people friend you and they don't even know who you are or whatever? They just, people trip off how many friends you can get. You don't know these people. You don't know what they are about. But you accept their friend invite. Why do you accept my friend invite? You don't know who I am, and clearly you would not like what I have to say. But they do. So, this person put down a post, and I commented on it, responded to that post, and they did not like what I had to say. And the post sounded religious. They responded that they are not religious. Yet and still, what I heard in the post was the teachings of the Nation of Islam. And later on in the conversation going back and forth, they finally revealed that they believed in the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, which I knew. I know the teachings of Elijah Muhammad when I see it or hear it. I see it written or hear it. I know those teachings. Y'all know I know those teachings. I was introduced to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad when I was a child. So I'm asking questions, responding to what they reply. Then they begin to get upset because they cannot answer or give a valid response to what I'm saying. And they try to say that I'm slurring their words and I'm misinterpreting this and that. I'm not doing none of that. You cannot explain the unexplainable. That's your problem. And you have a teaching that you believe is the supreme wisdom when it is not, it never was. If it was so supreme, then you should have the success that your teachings promised a long time ago, but you don't. In fact, the Nation of Islam has become divided. The original Nation of Islam no longer exists. And now you have Louis Farrakhan's version and Eric Muhammad's version and the Son of Man's versions and Roy Jenkins' version. You have all these different people out here that believe and follow Elijah Muhammad, which I don't know how you can follow a dead person, but they do. I don't know how you can accomplish that. But later on, I make very clear that I do not acknowledge the existence of God, and they try to say that in reality, I am a follower or I believe in God in some kind of manner because of how I open up my videos. Let me make something very, very clear on this issue. In fact, I might stop doing that, period. But why should I? I know exactly what I'm doing. When I reach out my palms, it does come from being influenced by religion, because this reaching out in front of yourself, the palms, is nothing but being humble to somebody or something. In the case of religion, you are humbling yourself to your God. I don't acknowledge God. So who am I humbling myself to? I am humbling myself and giving honor to those who came before me. my ancestors. Yet I know the reality is, chances are they cannot hear me, and the deceased cannot help me. The dead cannot help the living. That's why they assassinate people. That's why they murder you. Because your enemies know once you're dead, you're through. It's over for you. And then after I extend my palms and bring in the palming, cuffing of the palm like this, many of you know that comes from martial arts. It is a sign of respect to your opponent. So I am humbling myself to them and respecting them. No more, no less. I am praying. So, sir, who am I praying to? And so the conversation continues on a little bit, and then they, with their supreme wisdom, they block me. I don't have time for this. We can agree to disagree or something like that. When I was a member of the Nation of Islam under Louis Farrakhan, I never ran from a fight. And the reason why you run from a fight, because you don't want to give what I'm bringing to the table any kind of respect. Like, it is not credible. It is not valid. And that's a lie. So you run with your supreme wisdom. I would never have run. If anything, you can say, I understand your points, brother. So this is how you treat your brothers and sisters. As long as people kiss your backside, everything is all right. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Have a slice of pie. But when people question what you present, what you believe, then you have a problem with them. And even before this person blocked me, before they ran like a coward, I was ready to let go of the conversation, and I was asking them about their business. I wanted to purchase some of the products that they were offering, but they were so upset that I would reject and question their supreme wisdom. That was more important than getting some money out of me. That just shows you how pathetic. What's so supreme about that? When you're so pitiful, you're going to allow $1 to slip out of your hand. Then later on, you're on the internet begging, would y'all buy my stuff? It's real good, Wow. I want to say this to you, those who follow or believe in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I want to say this with all humility and with all due respect. The Nation of Islam will never be what it once was again. Never. I don't care how many people come to listen to Louis Farrakhan, how many people are joining, how many people are getting that acceptance letter and filling it out. They just want to come hear this man speak and go on back to what they was doing. It will never. Louis Farrakhan compares himself or tries to compare or want to be Elijah Muhammad. So Elijah Muhammad produced Farrakhan and Muhammad Ali and Khalid Muhammad and so many greats. Where are the men, the great men that Louis Farrakhan, he's been working and has rebuilt this Nation of Islam within the last 40 years? Where is his Malcolm X, his Muhammad Ali? They don't exist. The Nation of Islam will never be what it once was, because people are no longer ignorant like they used to be. People now question things. They don't take things on face value, and a lot of people don't accept things because it sounds good. The Nation of Islam failed us. It failed itself. The government did its thing to try to destroy the Nation of Islam, but basically the Nation of Islam, like many of our past organizations, they destroyed themselves. And so now, what we call the Nation of Islam, you see how divided it is. So this is an example of supreme wisdom, so supreme that you can't even keep yourself together, so supreme that you've fallen down and you give all these different excuses why the nation failed and whatever. It's going to stay that way. Supreme wisdom should be doing better than what it is, if it's supreme wisdom. This same person is going to tell me about the universal law. And my response is, who created this law? How can a person who is earthbound speak about universal law when you have no other, you have nothing to compare, you have no other universe, no other planet to compare this law that you're talking about and see if it's applied in another universe or planet? It doesn't make any sense to me. I continue with the questions, and I want to present some of my inquiry that got this person just so upset. Now, I didn't mention this, but it was always on my mind, so I'm going to present this to all of you. And if you want to respond, if you want to have a civil conversation with me or whatever, you want to show me that I'm in error, please do so. I have no problem with that. But I'm not going to run. I would tell you, if it's necessary, I would tell you that you are 1,000% correct. I should be getting my ex back. I need to get back. Well, actually, I'm on my post. I've never left the post. I just decided to be insubordinate, and I'm no longer under any other so-called Nation of Islam authority because I'm on my post. I'm doing what Elijah Muhammad taught me to do. I'm not a robot. Elijah Muhammad made very clear, I don't produce robots. So I'm not your robot. I think for myself. Well, that's why this ministry exists, because I think for myself. These others who represent Nation of Islam teachings are not worthy of being listened to. Nothing but refurbishing and rehashing. There's no evolution of the teachings and no real understanding. So, but yet they have supreme wisdom, living with racists, still depend on racists for food and water and shelter and housing and education and so forth. What's so supreme about you all these years? And yet, and this Nation of Islam faction hates the other one and all this other madness. Yo, what's so supreme about you? With your universal law. We want to talk about real quick some things. Elijah Muhammad told Malcolm that it was important for him to put his seed in fertile ground. That's why he had all these young secretaries and got them pregnant. Now, it is 2016. What is the result? The best, one of the most popular representatives of Elijah Muhammad is Louis Farrakhan, and he is not Elijah Muhammad's child. So what is Elijah Muhammad's seed? What are they doing? What have they done? Religious dogma and stuff, y'all, crap that y'all believe in. Then now check this out. Wallace Farad Muhammad is God, the teacher of Elijah Muhammad. Don't you think that Wallace Farad Muhammad, who is a man, would not his seed be better than Elijah Muhammad, who is nothing but a messenger? So why, or it should be more important, that Wallace Farad Muhammad find these women and spread his seed in fertile ground. In fact, you might even assume that Wallace Farad Muhammad might be gay. You never hear them talk about his association with the woman, his children, or his girlfriend, or anything like that. So you could say that Wallace Farad Muhammad might be gay. Who knows? We already know he's half black. See, these are questions. These are questions that need to be answered, and you can't answer them. Because why would Elijah Muhammad's sperm, why would his seed be better than Wallace Farad? So, you talk about the tribe of Shabazz. Where is your archaeological evidence about some tribe of Shabazz? And is that the only tribe? Chances are it's more than just one tribe. But the most important thing is, did it ever exist? And you keep talking about trillions of 66 trillion years ago and all like that. Where are you getting your information? Where's the evidence for this? That's why in religion we are asked to believe. Because when you believe, you really don't have to prove nothing. Then you have this mothership that is going to do all these things to Caucasian people's civilization. Haven't showed up, it ain't destroyed nothing yet. You have all these supreme teachings that's supposed to be so valid in the diet that Elijah Muhammad presents to us. He teaches, do not eat nuts. To eat nuts, take 5 years off your life. And speaking of the diet, I don't see Muslims living no longer than anybody else, but you're eating 1 meal a day. You're supposed to be so healthy. I don't see nobody out living. You don't eat pork. I don't see you living no longer than anybody else. You don't eat peanuts because a nut will take 5 years off your life, but a peanut is not a nut. It's in the bean family. It's a legume. Don't God know that? It's a legume. It's a bean that grows under the ground. Why would God give you this hand-me-down religion? Gave it to Arabs. Now the Arabs say that you are a Muslim wannabe. You're not real Muslim. Why didn't God give you something fresh and new? And then Islam was involved in the African slave trade, even prior to the Europeans, these Caucasian Arabs. But y'all just ignore that and don't talk about it. And people look at your behavior, how violent and nasty and profane y'all can get. One of your greatest helper, Malcolm X, you was happy that he was murdered. Some of y'all still brag about it and happy and call that man your greatest helper a traitor and all this other foolishness over what your teacher done. See, you're not right. You're not just. You keep talking about America is falling, but you're making plans. You keep saying that America is falling, but you're making plans to stay here. It's supposed to be destroyed, and after it get burned up, nothing will not grow here for 1,000 years. Why would a just God burn up this land, burn up the deer, burn up the trees because of something the unjust done? That's not justice. Just get rid of the troublemakers and let the deer and all the people who's doing right, why destroy the land because of these? It don't make no, what kind of... You have no proof of none of these things that you're talking about at all. You created the Caucasian man. It's just, my time has expired. But it's just, you can go on and on. Black people created the Caucasian people. You have no real evidence of that. And you want to blame and get upset with me. Why? Because I ask questions. Why? Because your stuff don't make no sense. Why? Because you don't have no supreme wisdom. Why? Because there's no evidence right now to this day that you have a supreme wisdom. Living with races and still dependent on them for sustenance. Jot down your comments. Until next time, love, peace, and soul. Let's talk about it.